Hello there, my name's Jim from Rewind Music. I normally write backing tracks and post them for you guys to use. And thank you very much for the support of my channel. So keep those comments coming, like and subscribe. Well, like you, I'm also a user of backing tracks. But lately I've noticed something happening. Some of the channels have disappeared. I took it for granted that they would always be there. So I thought I'd share a way for you to download YouTube videos so you can preserve them. You might want to do it for quite a few different reasons. You might want to extract the audio, put it into the DAW and do your own recording over the top. Or you might want to put it into some type of backing track player and add your own graphics over it, such as a chord sheet or lyrics or a transcription in a different key for a different instrument. Anyway, I'm going to show you two different methods. One is totally free using open source software. The other is using my replay software player that's available to anyone who supports my channel. So let's get on with it. To extract the audio from a backing track, firstly we need to download the backing track as a video and then extract the audio. To download the backing track as a video, we're going to be using a piece of open source software called YTDLP. This is the link to YTDLP. Don't worry, the link is down in the description below. And we're going to download that and we're going to place it into a folder that I've already created, which has got nothing else in it except for YTDLP. The name or location of this folder is not important, but in my case I've called it Audio Extract. And I'm going to be using it for storing our downloaded utilities, our downloaded videos, and the extracted audio. Next, we need a piece of software called FFmpeg. FFmpeg is going to be used to extract the audio from our downloaded video. I'm following this link and I'm getting the Windows build from Gyan.dev. I'm downloading the full version, and once this is finished downloading, we'll need to extract some files from this archive and place them in our audio extract folder along with YTDLP. I'm using the free 7-zip to unpack the downloaded archive, but you could use WinZip or WinRAR. Once the extract is finished, head to the bin directory and copy the 3 files you find there to the same folder where you placed YTDLP. You should now have a folder that contains YTDLP and the 3 FFmpeg files that we downloaded. We're now ready to download a video. I'll pick a video from my own channel. This is Jim Evans on YouTube. And I'll choose a backing track at random. Theme from Exodus should do nicely. Copy the URL that appears in the top of your browser. We're going to need that for later. And close your browser window. Open the folder where you stored YTDLP and FFmpeg. Type the letters CMD into the navigation box in your folder view. This will open up a command window with the default directory to our audio extract folder. Now type YT-DLP, a space, and press Ctrl-V to paste in the URL we copied earlier, and press Enter. YTDLP will download the video. If you look in our folder,
you can see it's downloaded a video that ends with the extension WebM. This is playable on most systems. Let's download our video again, but this time opt in to have the video as an MP4. This is done using the -F parameter of YTDLP. We now have an MP4 version of the same backing track. You may notice there are some strange letters and numbers in the file name, so let's use a YTDLP command to fix this. We set an output filter for the title and the extension. Now we have a much more sensible name, and the video still plays fine. We can also set options to limit the title length and to ensure that only Windows characters are allowed in the file name. Let's stick with this shorter name and tidy up our folder by removing our previous downloads. We are now ready to extract the audio. We are going to extract the audio from the theme from Exodus MP4. We're going to be using a tool called FFmpeg to do this. If you don't have a command window open to your audio extract directory, you can do the same steps as before and type cmd into the folder navigation box and press enter. Type FFmpeg space -i space. Next, type the name that we're going to extract from, in this case the theme from Exodus.mp4. If you press the Tab key whilst typing the name, Windows will autocomplete the file name for you. Now type in an output file name and press enter. FFmpeg will begin to decode the file. Let's check back in our audio extract folder and we see that Exodus1.mp3 has been created. After a period of silence at the beginning, where the original intro to the video was, there is silence, but after that it plays fine. There's also silence at the end of the video, where the original outro was. We can adjust the FFmpeg parameters to remove the silence either at the beginning, the end, or both ends of a video. This filter removes silence from the beginning. Let's output a new file called exodus2.mp3. We can see that this file is slightly smaller, and playing it shows that the silence has been removed from the beginning. But there is still silence at the end, and you may wish to keep this depending on what you are doing. Let's use FFmpeg with a new filter to remove silence at the beginning and at the end. Let's call our output file Exodus3. We can see that Exodus 3 is even smaller in size again, indicating the removal of the silence at both beginning and the end. You can play with the parameters of FFmpeg to determine where silence should start by changing the dB levels in the command we used earlier. We don't have to stick to MP3. We can output WAV format as well. Simply changing the extension from .mp3 to .wav in the output file name will do this. You can also apply the same filters as you did with MP3 to move silence. The WAV file will be considerably larger than the MP3 file in size, but more useful to you if you intend bringing it into a DAW for you to record a performance over the top of it, as it is better in quality than the MP3. Another way of doing the same task is to use Replay, a piece of software that's available to anyone who supports my channel. So let's grab another URL of another video from my YouTube channel and perform the same task using Replay.
If kids' talent shows were like this, you wouldn't need airwaves. But
I've copied the URL.
they're not.
Now I'm going to start Replay and use its YouTube tool. I paste in the new URL. I've set the download folder to use the same audio extract folder we used previously. The download starts. At the end of download, you see a message completed, and we can close that window. Now I'm going to import that video as a new song into Replay's song list. I choose my video location, and there it is. I click on it. I can play it to make sure that it's the right video and that it works. It certainly is. Now I'm going to save it. I'm going to give it a fairly simple name. I'm not going to bother filling in properties at this moment. Play it again just to make sure it's in the system, which it is. Now I'm going to export it as audio. I'm going to rename the export. And I'm going to send the output to MP3. And I've elected to trim the silence at the front and at the end with a dB level of 60. Hit the export button, and I can see it's exported, and the window shows me where it is. When I play this audio, you can see that it's also been trimmed. I can keep the video in Replay or delete it if I want to.